A beggar sat every day at a busy railway station, making his living by asking passengers for alms. One day, he spotted a well-dressed man in a suit and polished boots. Thinking the man would be generous, he stretched out his hand. The man smiled and said, "You spend your days begging, but have you ever given anything to anyone?" The beggar was taken aback. Lowering his head, he replied, "Sir, I survive by begging. What do I have to give?" The man chuckled and said, "If you have nothing to give, then you have no right to ask. Life works on the principle of give and take. First, give something. Then, you'll receive." With that, the man boarded the train and left. But his words echoed in the beggar's mind. Can I really live my whole life just begging? Shouldn't I also give something in return? Just then, he noticed a patch of vibrant flowers blooming near the station. A thought sparked in his mind. What if, instead of just asking for alms, I offer flowers in return? Maybe people will be happier and give more. From that day forward, he started handing out flowers to anyone who gave him money. People smiled, appreciating his kindness, and he began receiving more than ever before. He realized a powerful truth. When he gave, he also received more in return. Months later, the same well-dressed businessman arrived at the station. Excited, the beggar ran up to him and said, "Sir, I've been following your advice. I no longer just beg, I give too." The businessman smiled, handed him some money, and the beggar joyfully placed a flower in his hand. The businessman looked at the flower and said, "Wow, you've become a businessman." At that moment, confidence surged through the beggar. If I'm a businessman, why not think bigger? Sometime later, the beggar disappeared from the station. 6 months passed. Same station, same train. But now, a successful businessman in a suit and polished boots sat on board. Spotting a wealthy traveler, he approached with a smile and asked, "Do you recognize me?" The man hesitated and replied, "I'm sorry, I don't think we've met." Laughing, he said, "We met once when I was a beggar, and again, when I had just started selling flowers. Today, I am a successful flower merchant." The man stared in surprise. How did that happen? He grinned and said, "You taught me that those who give, receive." When I started taking money in exchange for flowers, I realized people weren't giving me charity. They were paying for something of value. I changed my mindset, and that changed my life. Today, I own a flourishing flower business. They both laughed, shook hands, and went their separate ways. Lessons to live by. You don't get ahead in life by just asking. Start by giving something first. Success begins in the mind. Dream big, take action, and watch yourself rise.